We have a massive amount of cryptocurrency entering the market right now. And if you guys don't take advantage of this dip, I'm telling you, you might miss out on the altcoin cycle. Some of you already have altcoins. Great. Get more money into the market right now. Oh, and by the way, I'm enjoying. Oh, that's so beautiful. This should be the thumbnail or something. But yeah, guys, my name's Alex and I trade crypto sometimes at resorts. And yeah, I made my first million at 25. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel or don't do whatever you want. It's freedom, power to the people. That's what crypto is anyways, right? I've been sitting here researching, and what I'm about to show you is pretty much undeniable. I have some very interesting information. It shows that a lot of money is flying into crypto. You know what it also shows? It shows that a lot of whales are buying and people are just pulling money off of exchanges right now. A lot of money is coming off of exchanges, going into cold storage wallets, people with more money than me and you combined. Do not be scared. It's pretty obvious what's going on here. We're going into a bull run. So you can see right here that purple line in this box. Look at the purple line. That's how much Bitcoin is coming off the exchange. When you see that drop in that purple line, that means that there's a whole bunch of Bitcoin literally being removed from exchanges. Now, the only reason people even put money on a centralized exchange in the first place when it comes to Bitcoin is usually to sell. Not all the time, but think about it. They want to sell their Bitcoin, so they put it on a centralized exchange. So when you see people pulling it off the centralized exchange, like what you see here in this green box, that purple line right there, you see the price increase. This was the start of the bull run last cycle. Now I want to show you what we're experiencing right now. Look at this green box over here. You could see that we have a lot. I mean, look at that steep, you probably can't see it, but look at that steep decline in that purple, a straight drop down. People have pulled so much Bitcoin off of exchanges, and we're gonna see it reverse, the price at least. We're gonna see the price reverse very soon. Now to just kind of prove my point, look at the red box there. You can see as soon as Bitcoin went on the exchanges, we see price drop. Bitcoin going on the exchanges, like you can see from the right there, the purple line, look at the purple line. Bitcoin's going on the exchanges, we see price drop. Look at the purple line here in this red box. Look at how high that purple line went. Straight, a whole bunch of Bitcoin come on exchanges that literally ended the market last cycle. Germany is selling for other reasons. They have all type of economic issues. The reason why they're selling their Bitcoin, we don't know. But what we do know is that BlackRock is pretty much buying all the Bitcoin that Germany and the Mt. Gox distribution, all of that Bitcoin is being bought right now before our eyes. And I'm not making anything up either. As you can see right here, the German government is selling, but BlackRock is buying. Right here, on-chain analytics, that's the beauty of blockchain. We could just see exactly what's going on from anybody in crypto right now. And you can see their BlackRock and the ETFs and all these ETFs are buying all of the Bitcoin off the market. Not only do we have billions of dollars of Bitcoin being purchased, but also new spot ETFs are being created. As you can see right here, Australia's largest stock exchange has approved its second spot Bitcoin ETF. We have a whole bunch in America, but imagine other countries. It's going to start to trickle down, which will give us more buying power for Bitcoin. So please don't be scared. If anything, the German government's doing you a favor. They're giving you cheaper crypto. Now, I don't buy Bitcoin. You guys know that I buy altcoins. I use Bitcoin as an indicator. But here's kind of just like this humbling, nice post here. Here's a email from back in the day from the CEO of Pantera Capital. And as you can see there, very timely, we should buy Bitcoin now. And it's at $65. So there's one thing about cryptocurrency that people always say. They always say they wish they would have bought more and they wish they would have bought earlier. This is the earliest you'll ever get it. And the amount of money you have right now to put into cryptocurrency is the most you'll ever have. Now you can increase your cash flow. I talk about that all the time, make a business, get a raise at your job, things like that. But yeah, buy the dip and buy altcoins specifically, not Bitcoin. I just use Bitcoin as an indicator because altcoins go up hundreds of thousands of percentages and Bitcoin is probably going to go up maybe 300%, 400% max this cycle. I'm looking to make money. I don't have billions of dollars, okay? So I'm getting the altcoins, of course. Now this is super interesting. This is where we get really detailed here. This is net unrealized profit. Now basically this is all the people that are currently in profit. So when this goes up a lot, that means there's just a lot of people in profit and the chances for them to actually sell are higher. Now, if you notice, we have kind of this 0.7. If you look at the left-hand side here, this red line here, it says 0.7. Now, that specific level has marked the top of every crypto cycle. Right here, when it passed this specific level, we see that there's a lot of people in profit. Boom, everybody starts selling and it kind of ends the market. Now, if you look at where we're at right now, we're not even close. So that gives you kind of a hint like, hey, yeah, there's people in profit, but we're nowhere near this exact exact indicator. Look at the exact indicator. Look at how consistent it is. It marks every top, and we are not even close to the 0.7. If anything, we're on a downtrend, meaning people are not in profit right now. They don't want to take profit. They're hodling because they know that we're in a bull run. Now, I circled these 2 points because you could look right there. Last cycle, there was something very similar. Let's see how that played out. This right here was at the exact bottom of Bitcoin's price. So we're in a very similar situation. Right here was the best price. This green circle, last cycle, was the best price to buy Bitcoin last cycle. And that's where we are right now. So again, it's undervalued. People are gonna continue to buy Bitcoin. There's more Bitcoin spot ETF being created. We have all of this new demand for Bitcoin, and it's so obvious. I think this was a great test between Germany and the Mt. Gox situation. This was a phenomenal test to see how much new purchasing power this market has, and it's proven right now. And again, from the Bitcoin Exchange Reserve, if you zoom in over there to where we're at now, just look at that crazy fall right there. The purple line is basically how much Bitcoin is being removed from centralized exchanges. That's a crazy drop right there. Look at this downtrend. This downtrend tells me that there's big whales. That big drop right there tells me there's big money pulling a whole bunch of Bitcoin off exchanges to store it, to hodl it, because they know we're about to go into a crazy bull run. It's very obvious. The VIX, the volatility index, is pretty much telling the same story. We have a high period of volatility here, here, and here. Volatility is basically a lot up and a lot down. Price goes up, it's just very volatile, very volatile. It goes up a lot and goes down a lot, an extreme amount. And you can see these big kind of like red areas there are usually kind of the middle of the Bitcoin bull run. You can see it right here. You can see it right there. Very consistent, guys, very consistent. Throughout every single cycle, we see the same exact thing happen. Now, we just started turning red. Look at where we're at now. We just started turning red right there. So the question you have to ask yourself is, are we in the middle of the Bitcoin bull run? Doesn't that kind of make sense? If you look at all the math, you look at all the charts, you look at everything everybody's saying, doesn't that make sense? We're in the middle of the Bitcoin bull run. And just to be honest, let's just be honest. What else are you gonna buy, right? People are always like, I'm gonna sell all of my cryptocurrency and this crypto is a scam, but what else are you buying? As you can see right here, the Bitcoin's just crushes everything. I mean, you can't even compare gold, the NASDAQ, or the S&P 500. Bitcoin just destroys everything. And Ethereum destroys even Bitcoin. And this is why I buy altcoins. You guys know on this channel, we talk about altcoins a lot. We use Bitcoin as an indicator to see the market direction. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what you guys want me to tell you. If Bitcoin's destroying everything, then these altcoins are just obliterating by percentage gains, by money made in your pocket, cash out, buy a house or something. Altcoins are where it's at. Here's another chart of pretty much the exact same thing. On the left-hand side there, that's a whole bunch of traditional assets. But like, I mean, Bitcoin just crushes everything. Crypto in general just crushes everything by money made. This is why this is the greatest opportunity for anyone to get rich from nothing. I am a perfect testament to that. I was homeless at one point. I never grew up with money. I never knew anything, no special schooling. I almost dropped out of high school. High school. I did drop out of college. And now I make millions off of crypto right now. This is the beauty of this market. And here's another visual of the exact same thing. A whole bunch of Bitcoin leaving the market. We are in a bull run. Ignore the internet. Now remember this chart here, net unrealized profit, because we're going to look at net unrealized loss. So people that are at a loss right now. So this is net unrealized loss. Now, very interesting. I even have a little price prediction here, or not a price prediction, but a timing prediction of the bottom. You can see net unrealized loss. This is basically when someone's at a loss, if they sold right now, what would it look like? And you can see it signals every bottom. So right here, this huge spike, a lot of people were at a loss right here. And literally every bottom. So the last one, when it comes to profit, signaled the tops. This signals the bottoms, perfectly. Like, you can't make this up. Look, I even put red lines there for you so you can see it. Bottom. Look over there. Bottom. Look at the exact bottom. Look at the red line. look at the exact bottom. And you see it here too. I can't make this up. It's showing you exactly the bottom. And of course, we see last cycle's bottom as well, right there. Literally the bottom. I'm using this indicator next bear market to start buying the dip again, to be honest with you guys. Now, I took the time period so we could figure out exactly when the bottom is. Not only that, to show us, okay, do we still have time in the bull market? And we have the average of those 3 green lines right there. The average amount of days from the bottom is 1,350. So the next bottom should be August 5th, 2026. So we're not even close to a bear market, like none of that, bro. We are in a bull market right now. I'm telling you, the news can manipulate you. Protect your mind. The war is going to be on your thoughts. Now, here is a combination of both the NUP and the loss as well, right? And you can see that this gives us also a top and bottom indicator. Now, let's look at the top. So if you look at the top right here, you see this red orange right there. Now, the first cycle was kind of an outlier because the volatility in the first cycle was crazy. Like, it was crazy. It was just too early. These on-chain metrics weren't as effective in the beginning of Bitcoin in 2011, right? But if you look over there, it still signaled the top. Here and right here, this right here specifically signaled the top. Consistency, again, same thing. As soon as it turned a little bit red-orange, you can't really see, but it turned a little bit red-orange, that was the top. And the same exact thing right here. Now look at where we're currently at. We're not even close to the red-orange, guys. We're not close to the red-orange. We are in orange right now. Although there's volatility, like over here, we have a lot of choppiness. If you were to sell right here, you would have missed out on this entire bull market right there. So don't sell here, right? That's where we could be right now. Sell over here, right? Guys, every on-chain metric is signaling bull run. This multiple is a metric that compares the daily issuance and value of Bitcoin and USD to its yearly average. And it helps identify periods when Bitcoin is overvalued or undervalued. So this shows if Bitcoin is over or undervalued. So right here we have the red and then we have the green zone. Green is where it's like undervalued. The red zone at the top is where it's overvalued. Now I also have these green boxes. Look at the green boxes. The green boxes, again, signal the bottoms of the market. When it's undervalued, right? Green box. Look at it here. Look at it there. Look at it here. Look at the price. That's the bottom of Bitcoin right there. Look at it here. Same thing. I think you guys pretty much get the point. Every time we have a steep fall, and it's pretty much the bottom, except for this like isolated variable right here. This is an isolated variable, but look, every other time we have a bottom, it's extremely undervalued. Let's take a look where we're at now. So you can see there's a steep fall down, kind of like the Bitcoin leaving the exchanges. Look at that steep fall down, right? So this is, when it goes up, that means it's becoming more and more overvalued. It's overvalued. Boom, drop down. Now we're not in the green zone yet. So I signal this, as you can see there, a blue box. Let's look at the other blue boxes, very similar events. So let's look at it right here and right here. Both were midway through the bull run. We had a steep fall, boom, and right here was the middle of the Bitcoin bull run. Again, steep fall, this was still the middle of the Bitcoin bull run. Let's look over here, same thing, the middle of the Bitcoin bull run. This is all starting to kind of make sense because again, if you look at, for example, the Bitcoin halving cycles, we're in the middle of the Bitcoin bull run. Listen. But of course, I'm going to show you even more. Again, subscribe to the channel if you guys appreciate the dense research. We go very far here. I'm very serious about what I do. Look at this. This is the relative strength index. I don't use this that much, but I thought it was pretty cool in this scenario. Over a longer time horizon for Bitcoin's price, you can see that every time it signals that blue, look at those blue circles. Right here, and you get the point. Every time we go that low and it turns around and goes up, we are about to go on a parabolic rally. Parabolic means it just goes up really fast. It's gonna spike up very fast. Look right here for yourself, spiked up. Another blue one, a little bit later, it spiked up. Same thing right here. It took a little while and then it spiked up. And let's get a little bit deeper. Let's get even deeper. As the video goes on, it gets even crazier and crazier. Look, on-chain trader realized value and profit divided by loss. So right here, we're looking at specifically right here. these red lines. Look at the red lines. Every time we drop below that specific point, is this zero. Look, this is zero right here. Look, zero, zero. Every time we drop below that line, we are undervalued on a shorter time horizon. Let me show you. And I did it for this Bitcoin bull run just so that we can get even closer to the answer. Look, this was the exact bottom. We spiked below, exact bottom. Right here we spiked below, and right here we spiked below. And look what happened to the price. We had a small spike. It got pretty deep over here. As soon as it got deep, boom, Bitcoin shot up in price. Now let's look at where we're at right now. We had the little small spike, but look at how deep it recently went. It went very deep. Kind of reminds me of the scenario here where we had the small spike down and then the bigger one right next to it. Again, another on-chain metric signaling Bitcoin is undervalued and the bull run is going to continue. Great opportunity for you and all crypto investors right now. And the whales think so because as you can see there, wallets with 10K plus Bitcoin, you know how much money that is, now hold the most coins in nearly 6 years. 1 in 6 year. 6 year opportunity, guys. 6 years. These whales are buying Bitcoin and taking it off of the exchange. They're taking it from countries. That's how big these whales are. These whales are so big that they can literally buy a country's Bitcoin. And of course, these whales, they don't want to put their money in a bank account because they could send $5 billion for a $150 transaction fee, and they could do it in 15 minutes. But yet, I can't send more than $2,000 worth of Zelle to another person that I know, even my wife. I can't even send her more than $2,000 a day. And also these banks are trying to charge people to have a bank account. If you guys understood how banks work, they loan your money out. If you put 100 grand into a bank, they literally are legally allowed to take that money, invest it, and if you want to pull all of your money out, they find it from somebody else. They find a way to like make sure you're good, and you can't even do it. One time I tried to pull like 50 grand out of a bank, and they did not allow me. They told me I had to come back in a couple of days because they didn't even have the money in the vault. So of course these whales want to accumulate cheap Bitcoin. It's a superior technology over the current banking system. And right now it's so cheap. And they're just taking it off the centralized exchange. They're buying it and taking it. This is a movie. How are you guys not excited? This is like the Wild Wild West. This is a movie right now. Like I'm enjoying this. It's great. And of course we know that when it comes to, a financial asset class, somebody shouldn't have control over it, right? We all know this. We all should know that when it comes to money, that should be controlled by something that has no bias. And that's where, cryptocurrency comes into play, right? Because they could just print more money at will right now with the Federal Reserve. I don't know if you guys knew that, but that's why the Federal Reserve is one of my greatest indicators. You guys should watch my other videos. It really just tells the trend of the market if you just watch the Federal Reserve. Because they could print whenever they want. They just start some big thing. They blow something up. They cause like a huge crisis or something, and then they start printing money like they're going to save it, but really the financial system's screwed in the first place. So yeah, Bitcoin in general will continue to get adopted because of the inferior technology that banks have, unfortunately. Why did I say unfortunately? That's a good thing actually, because we can make a whole bunch of money. We're like 2 steps ahead. People are buying Bitcoin, we're buying altcoins. It's like 3D chess. Now this is very interesting as well. That's coming up in Q4 because a lot of people are bullish about Q4 for cryptocurrency in general, and they're going to have $16 billion given back to the people that lost all their money on FTX. So first off, take your money off of centralized exchanges. Obviously, FTX went bankrupt and took a whole bunch of funds from users. But second off, these guys realized that. Think about it. If you had 5K on a centralized exchange, you lost all of your money. Of course, you're going to research this decentralized ecosystem, Web 3.0. Of course, you're going to be interested in using like MetaMask instead of a centralized exchange. And you're probably like, oh, I made a huge mistake. Well, guess what? They have a chance to turn that mistake into profit. So I believe in Q4, a lot of money is going to go back into people's hands, and they're probably going to start buying cryptocurrency on chain. This is $16 billion. And see, the thing is, a lot of people, for some reason, are very bullish on cryptocurrency in Q4 of this year. Here's a poll that went out, and it shows people are really bullish on Q4. as you can see right there. See, the interesting part about this is that it's great for you because now you have time to start working and making money and dumping it into crypto. If you didn't get this video by now, the whole purpose of this video is to show you that you need to dump as much money into crypto as possible so that you can make money and become financially independent. Look, use me as motivation. Use me as motivation. I'm doing this right in front of your eyes, guys. I'm a perfect example of this. I lost money in crypto, made it back. Lost money in crypto, made it back. It's great to be able to come out here with my family. My family's over there, right? I enjoyed the past 3 days, chilling with them, eating good food, hanging out at the lagoon, and I can come over here and work and make money. Like, what's better than that, right? Stay focused, because what's about to happen is going to be crazy this cycle. I'm trying to show as many people as possible that the money-making opportunity is repeatable. I'm doing it right in front of your face, right? Look at this. I love showing this chart so much because it really shows, look right here. That's where we are, that black line. These are all the other Bitcoin bull runs. That's where you are right now. People are upset, oh, price is going down, you should get happy. How are you not happy that you can participate in this and that you have the knowledge and understanding to be able to pull off a generational shift? A generational shift. When I mean generational, I mean you're gonna make more money than anybody else in your bloodline. You have a chance right now, guys, because you got things like this. This is Bitcoin Power Law fractal cloud. So essentially a fractal is a duplicate of Bitcoin's price placed over a price prediction spectrum. The red line right there, let me get my face out, right there, as you can see the red line, that's our current price for Bitcoin. Now, as you can see there, we have a min-max fractal. Again, a fractal is just a duplicate. So like if I copied Bitcoin's price last cycle and I put it on a chart, this is what it would look like. So we have a fractal min and a fractal max. That's the blue cloud, right? So this is like the worst it can get, the bottom, and then the top of the blue cloud is like the best it can get. And as you can see right there, I mean, that's the red line. I don't make this stuff up. That's the red line. Look at where we are at in comparison to previous cycles. Guys, look at where we're at. Take a long look at this chart, right? Because it's very undervalued. We are in no way, shape, or form the end of anything. Get as much money into crypto as you possibly can. And it also shows a little price prediction in the future. And you can see, I mean, 250,000 BTC, $300,000 BTC is not out of the question. It's even saying by 2026 and these crazy numbers. Do I believe that's gonna happen? Maybe not. I think the furthest Bitcoin can go up is like 200K. I think if I were to really guess, because there's always guesses, I think we're looking at maybe 120,000 to 150,000 BTC this cycle. I think when we see those numbers, Bitcoin's gonna drop and all of the liquidity is gonna fly into altcoins, right? And this is the altcoin super cycles that we experience. This is more important to me than the Bitcoin halving cycle, because right here, this is when the altcoins fly, guys. And we're looking at everything in comparison to BTC. So when this chart goes down, that means that altcoins are losing to BTC. When this chart goes up, that means all the other altcoins are doing very well. And I mean, look at this drop and then look at this pump. And it happened over here too. The same exact thing. Look at this drop and then look at the pump. So these blue circles right over there, as you can see, those blue circles are when altcoins start to just go insane. And this is where we experience like hundreds of thousands of percentages. I showed you guys in multiple videos all over the internet. I showed you like what Shiba Inu did. It did like 100 million%. 100 million%. It's like turning, I don't even know the math. I think it's like turning 1,000 into like 50 million, I don't know. But when we're talking about crazy, crazy numbers in these altcoin cycles. So I'm anticipating this. This is where generational poverty gets broken. This is where you can turn small amounts of money into large amounts of money, like huge, like you could turn 1,000 into 50 grand. I've seen it with my own eyes. I mean, last cycle, I had someone in my group turn 10K into 130K in like 3 days. Like he just joined the group, bought one of the coins I talked about and just ate and made a whole bunch of money. Like this is a thing and I've seen it so many different times. Yeah, so when it comes to Bitcoin's price, this is the power law, by the way. This is basically a mathematical framework that shows Bitcoin's cycle overall. And we have the white support line here. Look at that white support line. Look at where we're at, right? Look, it's just so clear. I don't know how else you guys want me to explain it, but we're not even in the green box here. Look at the green box. This is considered like the big bull runs. We're not even there. Take a look for yourself. Look, green box. We're not even in the green box. So I believe, I'm just going to say it again, that the market is going to continue in a full-on bull cycle. Hopefully my research can help you with your situation. So here's my thesis. It's very straightforward. I believe we're not even close to the end of the bull cycle. I don't even think we're halfway through the bull cycle. I think we're like a little bit under halfway through the bull cycle. I think everything that's currently happening is short-term noise, and I think they're very good at manipulating people. Very good at manipulating people. This is kind of what they do. Attention is a commodity. It's the new oil, people say, and they'll do anything in their power to get as many eyeballs on their social media outlets because they know that this is when all the hype is, right? Get all the people to look at my social media and I'll do whatever it takes. Some people have no morals and ethics and they're going to push any story, even if it's false. That's not what we do here. My goal is to give you guys accurate research. So I believe we're going to continue in this massive bull cycle. Now, there will be a point, and I will be giving you guys the research. So of course, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you guys can get the information as quickly as possible. But there will be a point when I believe Bitcoin will top out. When it tops out, all of that money will be injected into the new shiny object, the new thing. And the new thing will be altcoins. The two narratives that are doing the best right now, I think there's going to be other narratives that will do very well, like AI. But the two best narratives right now is meme coins and real world assets. BlackRock is getting heavily invested into real world assets, and we see some other firms doing the same thing. So my goal here is to put my head down and research like a madman. I'm literally making a research team as we speak, trying to put together as much research as I possibly can. I want to research pretty much every niche, every coin. I want to get to the bottom of it. I want to know exactly the altcoins are going to do well. So for you, again, humble yourself, guys. This stuff takes time. You can't find an altcoin in a couple of days. If there's somebody that's dropping an altcoin video every single day and they're always talking about a new altcoin, you have to question how much time are they actually putting into researching? Because for one altcoin, it could take me anywhere from a week to 3 weeks just for one altcoin to deeply look into all of the variables of the team. If you look on Netflix, there's this actual Netflix documentary called Bitcoin, and these guys just straight up lied on their resume about everything. They went on LinkedIn, they literally made everything up. They said they worked for JP Morgan, and they got people, huge people, big boxers, celebrities. DJ Khaled was promoting their coin and they were just straight up faking everything. When I mean faking everything, I mean they faked everything, guys, to the point that they faked their CEO, and then they said that he died and they faked that. And then they basically put somebody's grandpa, his grandpa on it. You gotta watch the documentary. Long story short, people will lie to you, and you have to deeply look into these coins. You have to look at every variable. You even have to grow the team. Sometimes reach out to them on, via DM on Discord or something like that. And you have to put in time and effort. You have to treat this like you're a professional. Some of you just don't make money because you're not treating it like you're a professional. And here's a good example of that. So Alex Hermosi, I won the school games. He has this contest going on about, who can make the most money every month. And I won the school games. So I went to Vegas, did this kind of 1 day convention thing where he dissected my entire business, right? This dude's worth, he publicly states on the internet, he's worth $200 million. And, I told him, what I wanted to do. I gave him my ideas of how could I advance my situation and things like that. And he basically told me, Alex, forget your ideas, do the thing that you're supposed to be doing, but just do it to a higher quality standard and lower yourself. A lot of times we look for the new shiny object, but really the answer is right in front of our face. The answer is the disgusting, dirty, annoying research. Right? People think that they can follow altcoin buys and make money. That is not the reality of the situation. I told people to sell last cycle. No one sold. I didn't call the exact top, but I saved a lot of money telling people to sell. Myself, I saved money, but a lot of people did it. They couldn't follow my buy and sell calls. They didn't have the faith. They didn't have the research strategy. They just decided to get lazy and hold and lost pretty much everything. So people might think, I'm gonna make money by following these people on YouTube. It does not work. It is the most guaranteed way to lose all of your money. You must have conviction behind your investments that are not from somebody else, because you're gonna point fingers. You're so unstable. It's like you don't have any true research process. You're just kind of gambling. This is the difference between an investor and a gambler. An investor actually has a good reason, a very good reason, and the deeper that reason goes, the higher the chance they'll actually make money. So when I say I research an altcoin for 3 weeks to a month, I'm sure there's people out there that probably research one altcoin for 3 months, right? And those people really know everything about their investment. They're probably investing more than I do. So for you, again, just kind of bring this home. The moral of the story from what I learned from Alex Hormozi is stop doing all that other stuff. It's very simple. It's so simple. Step 1, develop a research strategy, a very dense, annoying, down and dirty research strategy, and do the hard work. Similar to dieting and exercise. Nobody wants to diet. Everybody wants to go and bench press 225, but nobody wants to diet, right? Including me. I've recently been on a diet, been doing well, but nobody wants to do the dirty, hard work, guaranteed stuff. So that's the first thing, is you need to develop a research strategy that is on a professional level. Do something in your life that's actually professional, like for real. Some of you are already professionals. Some of you don't even know what professionalism is. You've never done anything to an extremely high world-class level, and you need to figure out that. You need to get to that quality level by any means necessary. So that's the first thing, is you need to learn how to research for real. And you're like, for real, humble yourself. Humble yourself. I'm telling you, humble yourself, you're actually gonna make money. Number 2, you need to make more money to dump it in the market. Stop chasing these short-term gains. I've never met a day trader billionaire. Go to the top 100, I bet you, if you look at the top 100 billionaires, the richest people on earth, none of them are a day trader. I know for a fact the top 10, top 20, top 30, none of them are day traders, guys. None of them do short-term time horizons. None of them are scalp traders. I get it. It's this whole thing in the industry, like I can make money by trading short-term. It's submitting to your cognitive bias of you want money now. There's a cognitive bias that you have in your head where you want it now, and that's what it's submitting to. That doesn't work. You have to delay the gratification. Everything you want in life happens over a long period of time. That being said, the time you have now, if you don't have money, you should be researching and you should be literally doing everything in your power to increase your cash flow. There's a couple ways you can do that. You can work a second job. Oh, I know it sucks. I did it too. I worked 3 jobs at one point. I was completely broke, worked 3 jobs and saved as much money as I possibly can. Work 3 jobs. Sell items on eBay. If you have old stuff that's worth value, sell it on eBay, buy the dip. Work harder, guys. Work 2 jobs. Do what you have to do. Get a raise at your job. Start a business. Start a side hustle. You need to make more money. You need to build something. Get off your butt. Do something meaningful in your life, man. Like, there has to be a moment where you wake up and you stop making excuses. You know, as an entrepreneur, it took me 4 years to make my first $1 million. I started at 21, made my first million at 25. And see, the thing is, the entire 4 years, that entire 4-year period, it wasn't a skill set issue. It wasn't, I don't work hard issue. It was the fact that I was okay with lying to myself. I was okay with lying to myself about the little things. Like, did I actually work today? Did I actually put in focus work? Did I actually get something done today that's meaningful? Did I follow through with the plan, or did I start something completely new? I couldn't even follow through with anything. I was jumped from one business model to another business model to another business model. It was chaos because I was willing to lie to myself. And a lot of people lie to themselves about the truth of the situation. The truth of the situation is you're probably not on a professional level. You know how I know that? Do you have more than $1 million? If you don't have more than $1 million, then you're probably not at that level yet. Do you have a business that makes 10K a month? Or do you have a job that makes 10K a month, or at least plus? If you're not on that level yet. You're not on that level yet. And some people are like, oh, I got 10K a month. Okay, so how much money are you spending? Right? You probably have 10K a month spending 8K a month or spending 9K a month. And you probably don't even know the math behind that situation, which is a huge red flag. We actually do that in our CoinPix groups. The first thing we do is we try to take out gambling out of the situation completely. And the best way you can do that is knowing your assets, your liabilities, knowing your income, knowing how much you spend per month, and then knowing exactly how much can you actually put in crypto. We try to eliminate the gambling as much as we possibly can. But yeah, like all these things are coming from not only experience and research and making the mistakes myself, but seeing so many other people make the same mistakes. So again, moral of the story, number one, research, but that word gets very deep, okay? Research to a professional, extremely professional level, like extremely professional level. Number two, you need to make more money, man, and put more into the market as aggressively as you possibly can, guys. Those two right there, if you focus on those two, right? While we're in this dip, you can do a lot of damage. You could probably for real, make your first 6 to 7 figures. Like for real. I did it myself. I don't see why you can't do it. Like this cycle, within the next 2 years, you can make your first 6, 7 figures, guys. Like depending on how much money you have in the market. If you have like 50 grand in the market, you're more likely to make $1 million. If you have like $50 in the market, you're more likely to make like maybe 20, 30,000. Nah, from $50. I mean, I don't know the multiples on that, but the more money you have in the market, the better chance you have to make those large lump sums that you're looking for. And the more discipline you have, the better chance you have of finding the next 100x altcoin. But again, the only thing that can hold you back is yourself. It's as simple as that. I had to talk. I want to talk to people about this scenario as well, because it's kind of like the nuanced things. Like I'm going to give you research on this channel, of course, and really dissect these coins as deep as I possibly can, as well as, obviously the overarching trend. I'm going to tell you guys when I'm selling all my crypto, when I'm buying my crypto, what coins I'm buying, all that, of course. But we have to talk about the other parts too. I think that's very important, extremely important. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you did watch this long, I do have groups that you guys can, further your research journey, where I give you the exact step-by-step of what to do from here to here. I show you my fundamental analysis system. There's actually a checklist. And in this checklist, I'm going to give it to you for free, 100% free. This checklist basically shows you exactly how to dissect an altcoin from A to Z. So you could essentially pick an altcoin within an ecosystem. Let's say AI, right? Let's say you take 2 AI tokens. Like, let's say hypothetically a YouTuber's like, yo, these 2 AI tokens are great. You take them both and you compare and contrast every variable, like the stats of a football team or a basketball team. And it will really show you which one is undervalued and which one's overvalued. And it's like a copy and paste formula. I'm gonna give it to you guys for free. There's also a training involved with it. So the link will be in the pinned comment below. Check the pinned comment. It's called Free Millionaire Checklist. Check that pinned comment below. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism, subscribe for more video updates. And like I always say, if you don't get with it, you will get left behind. Catch you guys later. Peace out.